Hello, hello. Welcome to this video. It is the power of boundaries, which is what I'm talking about today. This is part of a 7-day video series I'm doing on stepping into your personal power. I'm originally doing this in Women Creating Healthy Lives, my free Facebook group. So come on over and join us if you're women over 40. Help women through the midlife phase and beyond with nutrition for hormone balance, because it is different. What you used to be able to eat doesn't work anymore. Also with stress reduction, and a huge part of it is the mindset. And so I wanted to kind of give everybody a flavor of kind of some of the mindset stuff that I do with people. You know, when we're going through this midlife phase, whether you've gone through it or in the middle of it or beyond, which really I'm postmenopause for a long time, but mindset is still there, right? Because it's like as you go through that, you have the over emotional, you have the memory problems, the brain, all of that stuff, which contributes to kind of feeling like you're going crazy inside. The anxiety, things you need to learn to cope with naturally, right? So that you can maintain your health. If you don't learn to cope with certain things in your body and stuff naturally, then you might be taking drugs, which are going to harm you in the long run, right? So this is all about doing things natural and gaining your power, like really taking responsibility and power for you, for your health, for your wellness, for your life, for your whole life. You have the power. Time to step into your power is midlife. This has always been the time. As many cultures, as the women become in this midlife phase, they are seen as like have a lot of knowledge. They are gone to for people really respect them. They're treated really well. They were treated really well. They were really revered, right? It was like, wow, yes, these women, they're very smart. They have knowledge. They can help others. They can teach. They can share what they know. All of that. But now in our society, things are not at all like that. And so as we are aging in this North American society, or Australia, wherever you are, that the mindset that comes with it, the emotions then in postmenopause turns to, I'm getting older. I'm getting so much older. And that has a huge impact on how you feel about yourself, your confidence, how you think about your life, how you think about what the rest of your life is going to be like, right? Like some just kind of give up and think, well, I'm just aging and I'm going to continue to age, and that's just, I might as well just sit, and I like knitting, but I might as well just sit and knit and do nothing, right? We don't want to do that. That's not what I'm all about. So let's just clear that air. Today I'm talking about boundaries, and this is so important. You have boundaries with yourself, which most people do not realize. What do you mean? What do you mean boundaries with myself? Then we're going to talk about boundaries with others, of course, which most people know and understand and know if you usually know if you have a problem with them or if you're pretty good, right? And then of course you could go into like boundaries if you have your own business. So with the people you work with, plus also having your business and having a social life, having your own life, right? You could be crossing boundaries where you're kind of squished out your life if you have your own business and you're just living your business and you've kind of forgotten about your life. So that's kind of what we're talking about. So let's go on and talk about boundaries with other people, because that one is the most common one. And the way I see it is I call them more like loving boundaries, setting up really loving boundaries. Key and so important. Some people think about boundaries as, oh, I have to say no, and they're going to think I'm bitchy, and they're not going to like me, and they're going to think I'm selfish. But isn't it true that the energy you come from, the way you say it, makes a big difference? So we kind of have that all or nothing attitude. If I say no, no, forget it, right? No, that's not the way it has to be, right? Or leave me alone. No. And isn't that funny? We get that in our head. Wow, I'm scared to tell them I don't have time, or I'm scared to tell them I don't want to help them. I'm scared to. Why? Because people like that are afraid of the judgment from others as well. This is a huge one, and really listen to this as well. It is selfish, because you are the one who's scared of how you are going to feel. If you say no, you will feel bad about yourself. You will feel like you're selfish. So often we're like, they're going to not like me. They're going to judge me. That's the way you are going to feel about yourself. That's what you're avoiding. You're more so avoiding how you are going to feel about yourself, right? And that's like people pleasers. They please people because it makes them feel good. It makes them feel like they're good people because they have a belief. I was raised like that, believe me, guys. I was raised with the belief where the more you help others, the more you do for others, the better you are as a person, especially women, right? Serve others. That means you're a really good person. Put yourself last. Put others first, right? That was always the say. Put everybody first. She's such an amazing person. She does everything. I don't know how she gets it all done in one day, but all of that stuff was always so praised. Here women are burning themselves out, especially now that they're working full time. That never happened 50 years ago. Women didn't work full time, right? 50, whatever, 60 now, whatever it is. Not usually, right? So we need to remember that it's kind of like putting the mask on in the plane, the air mask thing is yourself first before you can really be good for other people. So that comes with health. That also is with boundaries. You can have loving, powerful boundaries, powerful, loving boundaries. And that's the way I think about it. People in your life also get to have powerful, loving boundaries. You see what I mean? You're not taking away their power. When you're doing everything for them, you are giving your power to them. You're giving your time. You're giving your energy. And so you're giving, and you're not allowing yourself time to fill yourself back up. You feel depleted, frustrated, angry, resentful, bitchy. You get exhausted, right? And then that's when that whole victim thing, I never have time for myself. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. The so-and-so is always so demanding, right? We say other people are demanding. Other people make me do this. She would be so pissed off if I said no. So of course I have to do it. All of these kind of things. None of that is true. That is you judging yourself as well as you putting that on yourself. Now, it doesn't mean that someone may not be angry at you. I'm just going to see how the video looks in the group. When you start setting powerful boundaries with your family, especially if you're somebody who was used to doing everything for them and they expected it and they love it. Of course they're going to love it. You're doing it. You're just doing it, right? So they're going to want that to stay because they like it. It's great that they have someone who does things for them. It's great that you're there for them every single time they want you. It's great that you're there that you'll do things no matter what it is for them just because they asked you. They love that. If you don't like it, it's time to change. And also you're more so enabling them, being controlling. Sometimes people who are controlling, and this might trigger you too, controlling people like to control things in their life. So if they let other people take responsibility for things, they do not have the control, and then they get agitated. It's like, and they will start saying, that's wrong. Why can't you do anything right? Why can't anybody do things right? That's why I do this on my own. That's why I do it, because you guys can't do it right. See what I mean? It always comes back to you. Always. Way you were raised, how you want to feel and think about yourself, right? And what you think, saying no, and also being worried about how other people judge you, as we say judge, how other people think about you, what other people think about you. So when you're setting powerful boundaries and beginning to say no, even in a loving way, you know what, sorry, but I'm not feeling so well right now. I'm noticing I'm needing a lot more sleep. I'm going through this big change. So I'm more stressed than usual. I'm more emotional. I need more rest. I need to take better care of me. So from now on, I would like you guys to do these things. I'm going to do this. And if we can all work together, that would really help me in such an amazing way. And I want to just really thank you for working with me. That is such a positive way of saying things. That is setting boundaries. And then, if your family, your kids, whatever, say, oh, Mom, they start doing that. That's okay. That's okay. They just need to adjust. To them, it's a big change all at once. They haven't been thinking about it like you, right? Like when we go to you've been doing too much for others or saying yes too often. You know that. You've been thinking about that for years, probably. to your family, it's like, oh, what do you mean all of a sudden you're going to change this? What? Like to them, it's a split second. So sometimes could be aging parents. It could, right? Like, doesn't mean you leave them. Remember, not all or nothing. It's not, okay, I leave them now to take care of me and I never see them. No, that's just childish. It's like, okay, I see that. I am going to look at my life and figure out, okay, what would be possible for me to take care of these, 3 nights a week. Is that okay for me? Maybe I could get someone else. Maybe I could hire someone. Maybe my sister, my brother could do it. You figure out ways that's going to work for everyone, but don't give up yourself or your desires, you know what I mean? Or your health to please everybody. And again, that's being controlling. I want everybody to like me. I'm the only one who can do all this. Obviously, everyone's happy only when I do it all. That's kind of like the martyr. That's kind of like thinking that you like the control. You like that people love you and think a certain way about you. You feel good because you're doing so much for others. You're in control of the situation. But then in the background, you're resentful, angry, bitter, and exhausted. See what I mean? This is really powerful. So what I want you to think about is definitely, oh, wow, now you may see boundaries in a completely different way. Boundaries are meant to be very loving, very agreeable by all, like eventually or whatever. And you can talk like if it's like family or trying to share things with your spouse because you do too much and they're always, if you try to have, let's say you have a bedroom in the back and you want to just have your time to meditate or journal and they're constantly interrupting, coming in or saying, oh, honey, can you do this tonight? And you're like, that's my journaling time. And they're like, oh, but please, I really can't, and you're constantly going, oh, okay, you're right. That's you with very weak boundaries. So what you would just say is, oh, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I have my journaling time. Usually it's a half an hour. I could bring it back slightly just tonight because I know this is really important. So maybe I could do just a bit less and help you out in that. And then, but you could even say, but then I'm going to go right back to it. You find a way, like just be calm. Don't react and get really mad and frustrated because they're asking you to do something. You just, oh, okay, either you're right. Yes, I can do that for you right now. So you're making a choice from yes, I do desire to do that for you right now. It's a special thing. It's not going to be always, yes, okay, I will. Or, you know what? No, I've already talked about this. I'm deciding that I'm having this time as my time. So how about you find another solution for that? This is my time. Or you can wait until I'm finished, whatever you're going to do, right? Your time. And then I can help you. Right? And it's also giving that other person their power back, especially kids. If a mother and father are controlling and just do everything, and the kid doesn't have to make decisions or isn't faced with challenges that they get to overcome, it's going to be pretty hard in the real world. Right? It's going to be pretty hard in the real world because people are not always going to say yes to them. And that is a big problem why our workforce is so short right now. So I'm not used to that, right? Oh, you mean I can't just tag? I can't just be on my phone at work? What are you talking about? Oh, this job is too hard. It's too strenuous. I don't need it, right? Things like that. So it's just, and your personal boundaries will be more like holding your word, choosing when you say something, when you commit to something, you follow through. You do it, right? Instead of, again, allowing everything or you allowing your sabotage things to come in, the old patterns and behaviors and habits to come back in to your life, right? When you've decided that you're going to do something in a certain way or you're going to change something, right? So, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I'm doing it again. I'm not living up to my word that I gave myself. So that's more like personal boundaries. It's like, right, for me, myself, I'm choosing to, let's say, get up and journal early in the morning, right? That's what I'm choosing to do. But then all of a sudden, it's like you do that for a while and then you get tired. The old stories, the old problems come in. I don't just sleep in alone. It doesn't really matter anyways. Journaling is stupid and you're just doing that. Not good. Right? Not good. You're going back on your word. And the more you do that, the less you trust yourself. The less you trust yourself. So remember, with loving boundaries, you are allowing other people to take responsibility and to live their best life and make decisions for themselves too. Learn to problem solve. Learn to come up with solutions for themselves, which is such a life skill. You're learning to do the same. You're both learning how to have open communication, right? Like, okay, well, that doesn't work for me right now. I told you I'm doing this. So how can we solve this? So then there's an open discussion, not a reaction and freaking out and getting mad. You are actually helping your kids, your spouse, and everybody around you have open, positive communication, which will benefit every aspect of your life. And always think about coming from a loving place. Sometimes we don't feel that, but that's when we react and we want to lash out. We feel frustrated, stressed, mad, and react when we feel like they're taking my power. They're taking my power again. They're making me do this again. No, they're not. You're giving it away. You're allowing it to happen again. Okay, so there's such a difference. I hope this helped. Let me know how this helped. And then with people at work, it is kind of the same thing. It's just got to be taken. You just say it with an energy of conviction, confidence, which, right, it takes building that. If your workload is too heavy for one day, then, you can just say right now, wow, I'm not sure if I will be able to finish that. I have this and this to do. And this will probably take me until, right? Like, I don't know, I'm not in the offices anymore, but I was for like 18, 19 years. And I was very good at that. But I was always very strong. I didn't, because I was so strong in conviction with how I want my personal life and my office, like that, I just was like, oh, sorry, I really can't. Yeah, sorry about that. I never got abused in that way. So I was very, very lucky in that way, but I never did, because how I treated myself and how I expected to be treated. Sometimes when we expect to be treated a certain way, or another thing, just about an office and people in your life in an office, let's say, I have had a couple of this. I'm quite a strong personality though. So if you have a boss or someone in your office, and lots of times it's women, are strong attitude and bitchy, and I have to say midlife women. Yes, yes, yes. You can get the bitchy midlife women. Oh my God, I've been her too. But anyways, and they're just bah, 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 bah. And they don't care. Like they just, especially if you're a younger, soft-spoken person, they will walk all over you. So strong people do not like weakness. So if you're this empath, you're very soft-spoken, you say yes all the time, you're kind of timid, especially around a very strong person. I hate, you guys, again, this might trigger, they're irritated by that. And the thing they do sometimes is bark at you, so you bark back. They're trying to toughen you up. And I have told this to a lot of people, and it was like, bang on. Bang on. You don't bitch back. You don't overreact. You don't cry. You don't blah, blah, blah. This is how, let's say an example, right? So it happened with two women when I used to work in an office. I'm a strong person, but I was 23, 24 years old, you guys. I was so young and I was quite shy. And I was like, hadn't been working in this huge building, office building long. And I walk into, one was a middle-aged woman. And everybody said to me, oh, Diana, she is so hard to deal with. Oh my God. Oh, just be nice. Just be quiet. Just blah, 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 blah. They said to me, watch out. She will bark at you. And, so I thought, okay, I can do this. I don't know, for my age, I don't even know where I came up with this. I walked into her office and I just became relaxed. And I just walked in with conviction and looked her in the eye. Hi, Miriam, excuse me, but... like that, right? And she's like, she didn't even look up. And then she's just blah, blah, blah. And she's kind of like, wow, like that. Right? And I'm like, and I noticed that she had beautiful silver rings on. Now remember, I wasn't being timid or weak. I wasn't backing like this. I was just standing there strong. And she looked at, and then I saw, and I go, oh, I love your silver rings. I said, oh my God, I love silver. Love silver. Just like that. And she's like, oh, thank you very much. And treated me so well after. So well. But I never flinched. She felt my energy was very strong. But I was nice. But she felt a power within me. So you want to work on a power within you. And that's why I'm doing these empowerment things. I talk about empowerment and building your personal powers. If you come from a place of power, the other people can feel that and they will respect it. Especially powerful people respect someone else whose power has their own power. Powerful people do not mean you're a bitch or you walk alone. No, it means I know I deserve to be treated with respect and I know I will treat you with respect. So anyway, so the other person was younger and she was just bitchy. She was just, I don't think she liked many women. But she would kind of said something to me and I just, boom, back. Like, in just a sharp tone, like a sharp answer. But not me, just bing, like that. Almost like, yes, that's exactly what I need. Because she came to me at like a real harsh way. And I just kind of boom. And every time she was like, ooh, all right, I'll get that for you. Like right away, you could tell she went, ooh, that girl's got some spunk. I like her. She's strong. But I wasn't bitchy. I didn't complain. And I wasn't anything. But I just stood in my power. And when she kind of barked something at me, I went, boom. That is what, I'm here for this, right? I'm not wasting it, whatever, right? So anyways, just some things. It's so much about your personal power. Come from love. So when you're dealing with family members and anything and aging parents and sisters and aunts or whatever, and this is sensitive situations, come from a place of true love in your heart for them, right? Yes, I understand, but right now I'm asking for more time for myself. I'm pretty tired. I think I've been doing too much, so I know I need to take better care of myself. I hope you can understand. Whatever they say, you don't back down. And if they don't understand, you're like, well, I'm sorry you don't understand at that moment, but this is what I've decided for myself. And then if they say, because a sister could do this, not mine, my sisters are great. A sister could say, well, then what do I have to take care of everything? How come you always get to go up, That's their stuff. And then what you can say to somebody who comes back with that is, you get to have powerful, loving boundaries also. You are the one who also gets to choose what is right for you and what is best for you. You're right. We're telling them they have the power. I'm not taking their power away. They have the power. I have the power. Everybody does. We can come to a, solution. But you won't come to a solution if you're just going to argue. The only way is by each person taking full responsibility for their life, their decisions, and being open, communication to discuss things. I hope that helps. Okay. Tomorrow, I think I'm talking about the power of your energy, which is so cool. One of my favorite topics, right? Energy. And we're not just talking about where you're like, I'm awake, that energetic. It's talking about your energetic being, your energetic you. I hope this helps. If you have any comments or questions, post them below. I'd love to hear anything that you, any aha moments you've got, because this is this can change everything for you. And I know it is something that sometimes might have to be practiced because it's like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine doing that. That's okay. Just take small little steps. Take small little steps. Remember, always come from your heart. Stand strong around like really harsh, powerful people. Stand your ground. Stand like you're a tree that's very solid. Ground yourself into the earth. Imagine your energy going down, 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 down into the earth so that you feel solid on your feet. You're fully grounded. Shoulders back, chest up, and just standing tall. That helps you feel more powerful already. I hope that helps. Anyways, let me know what you think. All right. So much love to you. Have an absolutely amazing evening. Tomorrow I am here Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Right. Bye-bye.